Close, but no cigar. Jeff, Jesse, and Vach here with you. It's DLLS Cowboys postgame. Let's get it. Show starts. Meow.
Yes, sir.
What's up, everybody? It is the DLLS Cowboys post game as they lose to the Detroit Lions, and a lot of people are tweeting me the ice tank saying that the season not over technically, but we'll see. Welcome in, everybody. My name is Jeff. Next to former Cowboy wide receiver Jesse Holly. What about? He is next to the greatest Cowboys content creator of all time, Mr. Vach Lombardi.
Party.
No, don't have that energy. No.
Hey, man, you know how it go, man, you know?
It's a great song, though.
Jeff, let me tell you something, dog.
I dare you to tell me something.
Let me tell you something,
Tell
Jeff.
me something.
When you only got to watch film on the next opponent, works a little easier, you know what I'm saying? Now we got to watch film on the next opponent and squeeze them college prospects in there now, Jeff, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, we're not fighting off draft talk anymore?
See, Jeff, the problem is when draft season starts, we're expected to know 100 people. You know what I mean? We just can't start at one when draft season starts.
I will do my first show that is like, this is draft talk.
Okay.
And you'll get a super chat from somebody who's like, what about my guy at SMU?
Fudge off with
Who's
your
going
fifth round people.
Sixth round. Yeah, but that's not the point yet. Cowboys lost.
Yeah.
I mean, the fact that they almost –
They was in the game for a long time.
I mean, to the very end, right? The desperation pick, whatever, like that was over.
Yeah.
But you were in the game at 37-30 with
But
the chance to get a stop.
it never felt that way. At no point in time in this game did it ever feel like the Cowboys were in any sort of control.
Mm-hmm.
At no point in time in this game did it ever feel like the Cowboys were on their way back. At no point in time in this game did it feel like the Cowboys could win it.
Mm-mm.
It felt like they were on their heels the entire night, and Detroit just systematically dissected the Cowboys, broke them down, worked them. Now, CeeDee Lamb going out with the concussion, that not saying that anyone celebrated it,
Sure.
but I mean in the sense of they celebrated it in like, okay,
It helped.
now we only have to worry about one menace.
Mm-hmm.
Great. We're already down a bunch of dudes in the secondary. Fantastic. Because CeeDee was on his way to 200.
Sure.
He was on his way to 200.
Oh, yeah, he was, 120 basically at half? Or
Yeah,
just
he
after?
was on his way to 200. And DJ Reed was in a blender. Anytime you go off to the sideline and you just kind of shaking your head like, man, I can't. That's bull. Nah, bro, he cooking you. And then he went out, hit his head in the end zone, had the kind of the Tua, the Tua hands.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He had the Tua gang hands.
Yeah.
And you knew from right there, I told the guys in the pregame, which was ironic, right, that I brought up the concussion thing in the pregame.
It better be ironic.
It was super ironic because I said, knowing that when you go in the blue tent, good chance that you might come back to the game.
Yes, sir.
When they walk you to the back,
That's a wrap.
it's a wrap because you're going back there to do a cognitive test that they test you on the beginning of the year to see if your times and scores match.
Yep.
9 times out of 10, when they walk you to the back, they just try and get your helmet out your hand
Yeah, pretty
because
much.
you ain't coming back in the game.
Yeah, man, you know, I feel like if you look at the Cowboys offense, it wasn't perfect. But I think that's how big games like kind of operate. You know what I mean? Like, you know, you're going to have some misses here, like a little slugfest type joint here or there. But the offense did kind of get his energy at some point. I think the defense never had a chance. They never had a chance of dealing with anything that the Lions rolled out against you. And look, man, I don't want to just take this time to beat up Flus because I think Flus gonna get a whole bunch of whooping moving forward. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, you don't want to, huh?
I don't quite want to because I think I'm exhausted of it, and I think I've put in enough work of whooping Flus. I've been whooping Flus for a long time. And these past few weeks, you know, when people are kind of, well, Vach, you need to apologize to Flus. I don't.
I don't.
I do not. Y'all get a little quick on that draw, man. When y'all want to, you know what I'm saying, absolve Flus of all of his nonsense, man. Like, you know, I would imagine that if you take a regular good defense coordinator, right, that dude has the ability to run into certain adversities. Like, okay, all my corners may not be fantastic. For example, take a look at Robert Saleh for us. And I've been making this example. So pardon me if you heard me say it before, but we on TV. You don't know who's watching. Robert Saleh over there in San Francisco with Mac Jones throwing the football on the other side, with Fred Warner hurt, with Bosa hurt. He ain't got the interior guys that he's always had. The cornerback left and went to go play for some other team, I believe, and Hufanga went to go play for somebody else. All the key San Francisco gangsters is gone off that defense. Mm-hmm. But that defense still plays good football. So I go, damn, man, this show would be fire if I had a defense coordinator that can overcome some of that nonsense. I know we got an offensive play caller that can overcome CeeDee Lamb leaving the game. Okay, we'll get Flo involved. Okay, well, Nate Thomas is at left tackle. Back in the day, Tyron Smith get hurt, the offense go to crap. You know what I mean? We can still score points with Nate Thomas out there, right? There's people on the internet right now defending Eberflus, saying, well, the corners aren't great. Well, Deron Bland ain't a terrible football player. Savon Relva ain't a terrible football player. Those two dudes do something well. They press man real well. So if you walk those dudes 8 yards off the line of scrimmage, sometimes 12 yards off the line of scrimmage, it ain't going to look nice. The Lions offensive line, they had 3 guys hurt, 3 guys missing. You know something I would have loved to have done? I would have loved to have done goofy little stuff to kind of mess with the insides of that stuff. Like most of their sacks, like they had 26 sacks coming into the game. 5 of them was their right guard Radlich not being able to turn very well. Man, I probably would have done some kind of stunt and switch. I ain't see a whole bunch of that. I just saw a whole bunch of, oh God, 5-man front, we get one-on-ones. Quentin saved me, Kenny saved me, Osa saved me. And I think the Lions did a great job of adjusting to that, and Flus had no answer to that. Flus had no answer of going away from press man. Just go back to press man, because press man worked for like a series, and I feel like we never saw it again. Kenneth Murray is horrible. Somebody in that building is advocating for Kenneth Murray. I don't know who it is. The Jones is probably sitting back going, hey, man, we traded a pick. It was a 7th, but it was an acquisition to go get somebody better than him. You know what I'm saying? Why is Kenneth Murray on the field? I think somebody's advocating for Kenneth Murray. I think that's Flus. I don't have the evidence, but I think that's Flus. All the fingers are pointed at Flus. So, I'm not going to apologize to Flus. I'm not going to say, oh, yeah, Flus, 2 good games when Quentin Williams got here, da-da-da, boo-boo-boo. The Cowboys' defense looked terrible last night. They looked as terrible as they looked a couple of weeks ago prior to acquiring Quentin Williams and Overshown and Logan Wilson and your safeties coming back. So, of course, I'm blaming it on Flus.
Yeah, I think I support that. I think I support blaming it on Flus, because I think there's a lot of things, and I think we start with 2 disclaimers, 2 different disclaimers. So, one, I'm going to shock everybody. I'm not qualified to be a defensive coordinator. I think that the offensive coaches of other teams are also going to do a good job of doing what we want our coaches to do, which is like hunting matchups. Mm-hmm. But the amount of times that you ended up in man-to-man coverage with guys who on their best day wouldn't have a chance to cover the guy they're guarding on that guy's day missing a leg. Like, how many times do I need to watch Marquise Bell chase Amon-Ra St. Brown across the field in man coverage?
That's crazy.
And, like, again, I am not qualified to do the drawing it up. But you can't let them get to that. Mm. You can't.
Well, here's the thing. And this is – I hate when y'all make me do this. This is not me caping for Eberflus.
Put the camera on me, please, John. On me and Jay. Go ahead.
This is not me. I'm not caping for him. But what I am saying is that you get to the point where Marquise Bell is chasing Amon-Ra or chasing Jameis Williams or something like that is because the guys that I depended on to win up front didn't win. And that's what normally would, because the routes that they're running these are developing routes. These aren't quick hitting routes. These aren't slants.
He
These
run
aren't
all
hitches.
the way across.
Right. These are long, deep developing routes. These are 12, 15, 18-yard routes that are happening. These aren't just one step, ball gets thrown down the sideline. These are routes where these guys are running up and over and getting from one hash to the next hash, and no one has gotten to Jared Goff. And can you pull the stat you just put back up there when he was clean and when he wasn't clean? We knew coming into this game that the way that you make this offense struggle is that you get after Jared Goff.
Sure.
Is that you have to go after him, because when he's clean, the timing of these routes, the creativity of these routes, it is a timing offense. It's a timing passing game. And they do a great job hunting the matchup. That's why you saw Jahmyr Gibbs with how many?
But I mean, he's smoking Deron
77
Bland.
yards, right? Because he had time to work through these things. Like he was out there just putting up great numbers in the passing game. It's because they didn't, those guys that we counted on for the last 3 weeks, and there were times where they were adding the fifth guy so they can get the one-on-one matchups, but they were combating that with going with the tackle eligible, add that 6 offensive linemen into the mix, and then really making you have to work through those things. The guys up front who needed to win up front, like they've been winning the last couple of weeks, didn't win. And so you were left on the back end saying, okay, yeah, now that we've passed guys through this, man or zone or whatever it is, he's at 3, 4, 5 seconds to pass that. And that's going to be tough for anybody. You needed the likes of Quinnen. You needed the likes of, now maybe, I don't know if Clowney matters that much in the grand scheme of things. I'm not having him out there to help create pressure, but you needed those other guys, Ezeraku and you needed Ezeraku, you needed Quinnen, you needed Osa, you needed Kenny Clark. You needed all those guys to play their part in this whole thing, because the rush is tied to the coverage. The coverage is tied to the rush. If you're not getting to the quarterback and he has time, I don't give a damn who you got back there.
He ain't have time all game.
No, and the time that he didn't have time, he was throwing it in the dirt. He was overthrowing it. He was taking a sack. But the time that he did have it, you were getting gashed for 25-plus yard plays.
You think that was only pass rush, or you think that was because you could? I ain't gonna talk to you like that. You understand? You
talk to him however you want.
You can use coverage.
We can talk football. We can talk football.
I would love it if Flus would use his coverage ability sometime or just use the whoever the non-5 guys down or the non-whatever. I would love him to use some of those guys to kind of expedite some of that process, right? Or just like blitz better dudes. Like there's no reason to blitz ready and he's like the field slot guy with all that space. If you're going to blitz a corner, like blitz somebody, like blitz Donovan Wilson or something. I ain't seen Donovan Wilson be blitzed in weeks, months, right? But then there's the other point, right, with the big 20-yard cross and all this kind of stuff. Sure, and if Jared Goff does have time, those are 50-some-odd yard passes. You ain't wrong. But I would love it if you – I'm talking to Flus now. I would love it if you took your 2 press man corners, okay? And maybe Reddy's not a press man corner. Maybe that's why you're not doing it. But if that's the case, you need to sit down and let somebody else do it. Take your press man corners and let them press. I feel like when the Cowboys did press, I feel like the timing got messed up. Like you said, they are a timing-based offense. Jeff, this is where I actually disagree with you, because you say that we're not qualified to be defense coordinators. Look, we probably ain't the best 32 defense coordinators, but we got eyes.
Might be better than him.
We got eyes. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying that I'm better than Flus, man. I ain't saying that neither, dog. But if you are dealing with a timing-based offense and they are whooping you with timing-based route combos, dog, then you need to disrupt the time. Yeah. Disrupt the time. You know what they do to Dak when he do a whole bunch of that? They get their hands up and bat balls down. Yep. And then they buy their guys on the back end time. Yep. Then they do something different on the back end to give their pass rush a little more time to get there. We don't play complimentary football, and I don't think Flus has that in them.
And I agree with you 100%. And this is where I talked about in the pregame show where Jahmyr Gibbs came into play. Go back and watch early in that football game when they were bringing the pressure and they were getting to Jared Goff.
Jared Goff, yeah.
Just dumping it down to Jahmyr Gibbs.
Sure.
That's where the quick game came from. And now, again, Now you have Jahmyr Gibbs matched up with Overshown, and you have a matchup with Kenneth from Oklahoma. You have him matched up with all. You don't want to. I don't give a damn who you have on this defense. You don't want those gentlemen in space with this gentleman, Jahmyr Gibbs, and that's where he was able to get off earlier in the game. And then now you have to play this game because one, Jahmyr Gibbs is ultra fast. He's ultra shifty. He breaks tackles. He's strong. He can catch the ball. He can run a multitude of routes. This is where the cat and mouse game was being played with Eberflus, because for every answer that you had, they had a response. And what you like to happen sometime is in the closer knit games is that you have one more answer than they have and you make a play. But when you get up in a game, and even if you, like when you get up 10, 11, 14 points, what happens is now is a punt. I don't believe they went for it one time on fourth down tonight. And that was one of the things we talked about.
Yeah, they didn't have a lot of short ones.
Yeah, but even
they
normally,
had opportunities that they didn't do.
They didn't do it. Normally this would be a team that will go for it on fourth down. Dan Campbell didn't feel like he had to. Yep. He felt like punting it was fine, kicking the field goal was fine, because that he would get more opportunities. That's what the good offensive coordinators do. It's the cat and mouse game that you want to play. And they had answers for everything that Eberflus threw at them. They had an answer, and Eberflus couldn't do much more. And that's what having multiple layer type offenses give you. Give you a good running game. You're afraid of the running game. That gives you the passing game. They used their back out of the passing game, and then they had J-Mo and Amon-Ra St. Brown. They had a really good game plan, and the Eberflus couldn't match it.
Something I would have loved Flus to do, and you're not wrong, by the way. Agree with you 100%.
Well, y'all are scared of each
when
other.
Flus had that success, because look, we'll say we agree 100% and then disagree. But look, when Flus did have that early success a little bit, right, and then Gibbs goes off a little bit, I think Gibbs kind of is going to have to go off a little bit. Like, Gibbs is Gibbs. You know what I'm saying? My issue is, take a look at how the Lions dealt with the Cowboys. CeeDee Lamb went off. Lamb going to go off. Pickens wasn't going off while Lamb was going off.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Lamb had to leave, then Pickens started doing this thing. One or two guys go off at a time. Jameson went off. Gibbs went off. St. Brown went off. Tesla caught a touchdown.
Yep.
Then Montgomery came in the game, and everybody went off.
Yeah.
That's my big problem.
I got you.
Great job, Blues. Hey, smash the like button while you're in here. Just because the Cowboys lost is no reason not to do good things for the algorithm. Who you mad at? Put that in the chat. The DLLS Cowboys post game, and it rolls on next.
Gibbs had 43 rest of y'all.
The holiday season is here, and let me tell you about my friends at Orframe. Now, if you're like this guy, Jeff, and you're last minute about all of your shopping, you don't want to be that guy or that girl that's running through the mall and trying to go online and find last minute gifts for the people that you love. That's not the way you do Christmas. How you do Christmas, you do it the Orframe way. You head on over there right now at Aura Frames and you get $35 off one of the fantastic frames. And because everyone takes pictures nowadays, no one does scraps. Grandma's not around. We're not doing scrapbooks. We're going from the picture to the phone, download the Aura app, and then you just put it right there on the frame. And for a limited time, you can save on the perfect gift by visiting auraframes.com. You get $35 off Aura's best-selling carving mat frames, named #1 by Wirecutter, by using the promo code DLLS at checkout. That's Aura Frames at DLLS, auraframes.com. Using the promo code DLLS at checkout. Support the show by mentioning us at checkout.
Yes, also want to shout out our friends at HelloFresh. They've had a big old menu refresh. It's cold outside, and I don't like to go to the grocery store. Plus, you guys know I don't push a cart. I'm a basket guy, so I can't even get enough groceries for more than 2 days anyway. Yeah, so what I like to do is I like to hit up our friends at HelloFresh and let them handle everything for me, and they have now doubled their menu. You can choose from 100 options each week, including new seasonal dishes and recipes from around the world. Dig into bigger portions that'll keep everybody satisfied. And you won't have to be running around looking for the foods. Just bring the foods to me. You can feel great. They got an even healthier menu now filled with high-protein, veggie-packed recipes. HelloFresh helps you eat greener with their new veggie-packed recipes that have 2 or more veggies. The best way to cook just got better. Go to HelloFresh.com/Cowboys10FM now. You'll get 10 free meals plus a free item for life, 1 per box with active subscription. Free meals applied as discount on first box. New subscribers only, varies by plan. That's HelloFresh.com/Cowboys10FM to get 10 free meals plus a free item for life. All right, it is the DLLS Cowboys postgame. Jeff, Jesse, and Vach. And it's time for the game ball, sponsored by our friends at Prize Picks. Who's getting that game ball?
CeeDee Lamb goes out of this game with the concussion, and we always hear the term of next man up. And the guy who's really been stepping up for this team, of course, we know that George Pickens, but Ryan Flournoy. Ryan Flournoy steps up again. Second 100-yard game of the season. No, a lot of y'all probably don't remember this, but he went off against the New York Jets some while back, and he stepped up in this game again, had over 100 yards receiving, 9 for 115. George Pickens struggled today, man. 5 for 37. Had a couple of situations, been targeted 9 times, but Ryan Flournoy stepped up. I know at the end of the game, you wanted him to catch that one that led to the interception, but big plays from Ryan Flournoy. And you see why now he's kind of been that guy who they've moved into that wide receiver number 3 spot, even though they've kind of gone back and forth with Mingo and Tolbert in and out of the lineup. But Flournoy has locked himself in, I think, so far as that number 3 for the Cowboys offensively.
Yeah, I think they found one. And I think the good teams or the best teams in the NFL, there's always guys on their roster where you got lucky, where you found one. And I think that's what it is with Flournoy. What was he, a 7? They did pick him, right? He was a draft pick. I think he was a 7.
Yes, sir. 7.
Yeah. And when you can find a guy that, whether it's somebody gets hurt and you have to have a bigger role, or whether it's just you're a starter and you're the third receiver, and the third receiver in this offense, you might have 30 yards each week.
Right.
And that doesn't mean that you're not doing a really good job. It means, yeah, we got those guys. But you're able to do that when you're asked to. Like, I think that's huge. And the great teams in the NFL have found 4 or 5, you know? And so you're looking for the situations where you found a guy, and I think they absolutely did with Flournoy.
See, what it is that when CeeDee gets hurt, Flo turns into CeeDee guy. You know what I'm saying? And once upon a time, there used to be Tolbert. And I saw somebody in the chat was like, Flo need to be he needs to be above Tolbert. We ain't seen Tolbert in months. Yeah,
Tolbert's now fighting to be inactive.
Yeah.
He's doing the Mozzie Toya thing with Mingo.
Yeah,
like it's Turpin and Flournoy that are wide receiver 3.
Yeah. Flo been your wide receiver 3 for a while now. So that's how the Flo.
Let's knock some of these super chats. I know some of them were about the wide receivers. I saw a 50 in there. I thought I seen one. A couple of 50s.
Okay.
Zach Scott. So who's picking George over CeeDee now? It's different when the wide receiver 1 out there.
Don't do that. Pickens was great when CeeDee was gone for 5 games.
Yeah.
Boy, y'all funny.
Yeah, I agree. I agree with Vach. We're going to try to institute a rule around here where we're not going to react and feel like you have to pit the players against each other.
Yeah.
When CeeDee had struggles and drops and George Pickens was balling out of control, that was a giant positive for George Pickens.
Mm-hmm.
Like, holy cow, you got more than you could have dreamed you were going to get when you traded for George Pickens. How great is this? It does not change the 5-year body of work of CeeDee Lamb.
But I'm not saying y'all. I'm saying y'all were doing that. You guys were making.
But
again,
we can just try to help them not to.
I'm not talking about you.
I just want to tell them not to. You don't have to do that.
Boy, they were kicking my butt.
You don't have to do it.
They were kicking my butt, boy.
Like, the idea that, and it was just like, technically it was Broadus' fault. Because he came on and he and I were doing a show. And I'm sure he said the same thing to you, Vach. Check out Crown Global Media and Vach Lombardi's YouTube page, which you're already on.
Appreciate it.
Where he was like, yeah, Pickens is, I don't remember the exact way he phrased it. I don't want to be unfair, but like, he's playing better than CeeDee.
Yeah.
Which is a statement of fact, but
Which
it
he
leads
was.
to, hey, George Pickens is better than CeeDee Lamb. And it's like, I don't have to do that.
But no,
and
but Broadus,
I'm going to disagree with you.
But Broadus was going on, not to talk about the man, he can't defend himself, but he was one of the guys that was saying like, hey, this is a guy who's a better player. Right? Like, he was talking about it, putting him in that number 1 spot above CeeDee Lamb and kind of making almost CeeDee Lamb a little bit expendable.
Which is fun for content, but it's always insane if you would really think you would be better without a perennial. And I'm not talking about Pro Bowl, where 12 guys at a position group or 15 make it by the time people back out. An all-pro player, the idea that your team could be better without him or that he was holding you back in some way, like, that is goofy, and we don't have to entertain it. CeeDee Lamb is freaking awesome. He's been awesome from the day he set foot in the NFL. Somebody else getting here and being really good doesn't mean CeeDee Lamb's not good anymore. We don't have to do that.
Yeah. I don't even hate anybody saying that Pickens is better, but the idea of Lamb is bad now, or move on from Lamb, or and I think.
And now we don't have to do it the other way.
We can keep Pick too. Pickens.
We don't have to go the other way and now tear George Pickens apart because he had 37 yards and the week before he was at 1.3 catches on 9 targets. Like, football is going to football, and dudes are going to make mistakes. I think the interception today, I don't know if you had to blame somebody. Like, I would put that on Pickens, where it's like, this is where you make your living. Right. You have inside position on a guy on a slant. I'm going to put the ball right in front of you, and you're going to reach out and snatch it. And he kind of let it get here, and a guy got a hand on it, and they make a good play, whatever. But that doesn't, like, it's not time to tear down George Pickens.
And I can almost guarantee you the conversation will be, and I said it while we were doing the watch along, so please don't come to my Twitter and talk to me about it because I don't want to hear it. But everyone's going to go to the fact now they're going to start critiquing the route running or the pace in which George Pickens is running his routes, and they're going to call it out. And they're going to say, see, he needs to be running more. Blah, 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 blah. And I'm going to simply tell you guys, like I said in the watch along, this is how he's been running the routes his entire life. So don't come telling me now that you're worried about, you're concerned about the pace or flow of the way that he runs routes. Don't do it. Because when y'all was telling me he was the number one and CeeDee should be going, this is how he was running routes then as well. That's how he's always going to run routes. That's his style.
Jay Lit with another 50 bomb. Did we just make the little drought and even 30? Oh, sorry. Little drought and even 30 years? Ugh. You guys get us through it. Keep it up. Yeah, it's 30. It's 30. And it is amazing how much what you think about a team can swing from week to week. Because before they took the field for this game, the way that the defense was just kind of surviving and being okay, I thought with this offense, that's good enough. Like, if you could get to the postseason, you've got a real chance. And then they go and play one game against Detroit, and I'm like, never mind. Like, this pass defense is so bad that it doesn't matter. It just doesn't matter. Like, you could have, if they had, and they still technically could win every game and have somebody completely fall apart and make the postseason.
Philadelphia.
With the way that this team plays pass defense, it wouldn't matter. And now we could get 3 weeks down the road, and they've won 3 in a row, and they've scrapped along and been decent. I'm like, well, I don't know. But they've shown us over, and Quentin Williams helps. He helps a lot. He's a really good player. They can't cover nobody. And I don't care. You want to put it on Flus, put it on Flus. You want to put it on the players, put it on the players. But the combination, and I think it's a combination of everything because one, like we can give credit.
I will.
Go ahead, Jeff.
We can give credit to Jadeveon Clowney for the sort of season he's had, but I think you have to understand the reason that Clowney is viewed as, oh wow, he's having a really nice season, is because your position group is bad.
Yeah. And
so when he's okay, it's like, boy, he's a nice pass rusher. Yep. He is not a really good pass rusher on a team with really good pass rushers. Ezeraku, as you get into year 2, hopefully he can be that. He's having a promising rookie year. They do not have a good edge pass rush group. They do not have a good group. They still probably have the worst linebackers in football. I have hope for Overshown, obviously.
You would love it if Clowney was your third.
Yes.
You would love it.
Not your starter.
Yes. Not the guy that you leaning on.
I can draw.
We can't do nothing without.
The way that group would be amazing would be if you had a perennial All-Pro,
like Mike,
and then I didn't even think of him. I was just saying in
Mary
theory.
Parsons sucks.
And then like if you had a perennial All-Pro, and then
play it again. Who?
Mary Parsons sucks.
Mary Parsons. Mary Parker. Who the hell is Mary Parker? Play it one more time.
Mary Parsons sucks.
That's Mary. Who is Mary Parker?
Micah Parsons.
You said Mary Parker.
But yeah, like if you had your monster, and then you had the vet on the tail end who's like having a nice year, and the rookie who's got something that is off to a good start, like suddenly that's a really good group. But when you're asking the dudes who you really need a carrier to take them, now they have to carry. It's just like you don't have a good pass rush group. Your linebackers are bad in coverage, and they're bad against the run. To Vach's point, Deron Bland is not a bad NFL corner, but boy, it's a lot of weeks he looks like a bad NFL corner.
You would love it if he was your second guy.
You would love it if he was your second guy. Savone Revel, like when I talk about you found one in Flournoy, I have no idea if you found one in Revel, but the reason that you have no idea is because the stuff that Savone Revel is doing in NFL games right now, he has almost, I'm not going to say never ever, but if he's done it, it was like 10 snaps.
Sure.
He has not played zone. You drafted a guy who stood right here in front of people and played press man on every snap.
So who do we blame that on?
Flus.
Scouts. But wait.
You're damn right we blame it on
Flus. You hired Flus before you drafted him, right? So who idea was it to say, hey, I know that you want to play a lot of zone? Because that's what he fully, that's what was the conversation, yes? And then you go and you draft this kid.
I'll tell you why.
I'm listening.
Because we have a triangle of player acquisition. And
obtuse or
it's a triangle.
We used to have a straight line, but the line didn't connect to each other, so that was bad. So they made it a triangle.
Jerry and them, coaches and them, scouts and them.
Yeah.
Flus probably was asked his opinion. And Revel doesn't fit what Flus does. But somebody with Will McClay and them people was like, yo, this Revel kid is too fantastic to pass in the third round at this point.
Yep.
And Revel's, because he could have been the best corner in the draft by the film or whatever, right? I bet somebody came and said, hey, man, F what you think is a fit. Like, this is the best dude on the board right now in this third round.
That's what McClay said about the and I'm not saying this is a negative about him, but just to illustrate what you're saying.
Yes.
Like, the reason they picked Jalen Smith, which
For
I
sure.
thought was a terrible pick because he had
the
one
value
leg.
was just too good.
But they were like, well, where we had him on our board,
Yep.
when it was time to pick, it's like a blinking light. It was like, that's better than all of the – so, I bet it was like, not really a scheme fit, but like we have him as the 18th best player.
Yep.
And we're picking at 70-something? We have to. And then it's up to your coach to do the right thing with the player. And I just don't think he does.
You know what? I don't hate that at all. Get the best dude.
I want the best dudes. I want coaches who can grab whoever you have and be like, all right, and here's what we're going to run because we have these guys. That's all I want.
But do you not think that Revel has not done? All right, we'll talk.
We can carry it over. We can keep it cruising.
Please read this one though, because
Which one?
This last 50, this bottom
Roba?
50, I think that's hysterical.
I formally challenge Sean Hockley to come to my gym in Boca Raton for a sparring match. $10K to charity of his choice. Holly will match the donation.
Holly will match the donation. It's
How the hell I get
crazy.
Sean, if you're watching, you have 24 hours to accept or forever be labeled a coward. If you're watching. If
So
Sean
first of all,
Hockley's
he's not watching.
He might be.
Y'all not going to fight. I don't care. Jesse, you going to match this 10?
I'm not matching that 10. If I'm matching 10, we gonna jump you.
We
gonna jump you because somebody. I'm getting my money.
Smash that like button. We sure would appreciate it. And
I'm a
interact with
massive
us in the
donation.
chat. We're having a time. It's Jeff and Jesse and Voch. The
will.
DLS Cowboys postgame rolls on next.
The holiday season is here, and where you should get all of your festive meats for your Christmas dinner, your New Year's dinner, or just your backyard grilling and cooking out should be at Wild Forks Food. And we have an event this weekend, this Saturday. Come join us at our Wild Forks location in Plano at 2085 Preston Road for a delicious experience. Try a variety of our tasty products for free. Y'all know the product. If it's free, it's for me. Whether you're a foodie or just looking for a fun time, the event is perfect for everyone. Don't miss out on this opportunity to savor some scrumptious bites. We hope to see you there. That's going to be this Saturday from 12 to 2 at 2085 Preston Road in Plano. And they're going to be a nice little guest there. Who? Not this Jeff, but Jeff Wilson and John Ragadin of our Rangers show. Frozen is fresher at Wild Forks Food. Their organic grass-fed beef, 85% lean beef for $5.60 each when you buy two. That's the best that they've seen out there. So head on over to Wild Forks Food, 9 DFW locations. Head there today. Hope to see you Saturday.
Shout out to our friends at Prize Picks as well. You guys know me. There's a lot of different ways to do your Prize Picks, right? You can pick the players that you believe in. Like, you look at it and you're like, man, I really want to be right about this. Or sometimes you can just do some hate. Sometimes I like to pick Eagles players and just say less because I just like to do some hate, you know? That's sometimes what I like to do. Sometimes it works out for me. Sometimes it doesn't. But yeah, you just show off your sports knowledge. All you're doing is you're saying, okay, whatever sport. It's not just football. We happen to talk football. But you can do picks across sports. You can do a hockey goalie here and a soccer player there and I don't know when soccer season is. I shouldn't.
That's all year round.
Okay,
right?
yeah. So do that too. Or you can just do straight football like I tend to do. And all you're saying is I think this player's going to have more or less than their projected stats in this game. You combine those things, you get it right, and you get all the money. I'm trying to own the company, basically, when I get these picks right. Download the app today. Use the code DLLS. You get $50 in lineups after you play that first $5 lineup. That's code DLLS to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. Prize Picks. It's good to be right. All right, it is the DLLS Cowboys postgame show. Jeff and Jesse and Voch, and we are with you, and we appreciate you being here. Where were we when we were going to break? We were trying to go down something road, but we didn't get down the road. I don't remember. We stopped something short.
We wasn't talking about Flus.
No, we might have been talking about Flus or Revel or somebody.
It was something with some detail. What
That's not to worry about it.
Yeah.
We'll just check in with the super chats to see where they send us. How about that? Let's hit some of these supers. Let's see. J Riv Tech. Did y'all see 14 Marquise Bell guarding number 1 Jamison Williams on crossing route?
Man.
Things left in Dallas. Pass rush, kickoff coverage, left tackle and right tackle. GP3 also refs paid us back. for that early no call with that Ferg PI. That was a bad call, but they also declined it. So that's the way I rationalize, like, I'm over this bad call because it was an incomplete pass. They declined it anyway. You went to 4th and 3, and that was okay. But that was a bad call. That was a bad call for sure.
So, and it's gonna sound rude as hell. Why was Marquise Bell on the field? Like, does somebody have to get hurt for him to get on the field, or they just like him, so they rotate him in?
It could be they like him better. I had to go back and look. Was Donovan Wilson out on those plays? Was it like, this is better for us in coverage, which technically is probably accurate, but still, if he's the one who ends up in man coverage on Amon-Ra or Jameson, that's not good.
Bell ain't been that this year, man. I don't know what that is.
And that's, look, I love blaming Flus, and I do blame Flus for stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
They also don't have the horses. If you're going to play man coverage, eventually guys have to cover guys. And you got too many guys that can't cover their guys.
This is my thing, though, man. You can say the same thing about the Lions, too, though, right? And the Lions,
they didn't cover the Cowboys guys. They got tore up.
But the Lions didn't have, I mean, it's fair. But like,
Cowboys had 200 wide receivers.
But so look.
Jake Ferguson just fumbled.
What I'm saying is, just look at how the offenses look, right? The Lions offense looked like they were scoring easily. Cowboys look like they had to fight for their life for everything. I would love to know how many. I could probably look this up. How many third downs each team had? I feel like the Cowboys stayed in third down. I don't think the Lions had a third down because they kept getting big chunk plays. I think they played better defense with worse guys.
You're better. Quinnen's better than anybody that they.
Every
linebacker on their team.
DBs, I say.
Oh, okay. Because I think all their linebackers are better.
I got you, Botch. 15 third downs for the Cowboys, 8 for the Lions.
There you go. And I feel like a lot of those 8 were in the second half when they were choosing to get to third down. They were going run, pass.
The Lions have a better defense than you. They have better. If we're talking about like setup.
If they had Terry on Arnold, they definitly have better corners.
Well, let's say this.
Even without, I think their 2 starters are probably better.
We can kind of go, all right, let's go a wash, right? Let's say for our Quentin Williams, they're Aiden Hutchinson, right? Along the defensive front. We wash that out?
Sure.
Let's just wash that out. And then now it's Aleem McNeil and Kenny Clark.
I'll say this: tackles for tackles, I think is close because DJ Reed and McNeil they can play. They can play. They got Hutchinson, but Al-Qadim Muhammad can't get 2.5 sacks on you. He did, but he can't.
Right.
I mean, we got.
Then they got Anzalone.
We got Nate Thomas and Terrence Steele.
And what's the name? I mean, they got. I mean, you know,
Jack Campbell and Anzalone is washes.
They can play
what we have at line. I should say washes because Overshown can make a difference, but overall they wash the Cowboys linebackers.
They got DJ Reed, Maddox, and Rocky Sin playing.
Amik Robertson, I don't think.
And Amik Robinson been getting toe up all.
And they had Brian Branch for a large portion of at least until for most of the game.
And somebody not named Kirby Joseph playing free.
Yep.
I think they just as bad at safety or secondary as we are.
If Jake doesn't fumble, you're driving to tie the game at 37-30.
That's real.
Good point.
Jake fumbled. I was mean to Shotty on the stream because I think towards the end of the first half, on my coward meter, his kicking that field goal ranked very high. I was like, put this game, you're down by 2 scores. There's a minute left. It's 3 yards for a first. To me, the game is going to belong to my offense. Let's go take the rest of this clock and try to score a touchdown. They settle for a field goal. The Lions just go take one right back in 50 seconds. I thought that was bad.
Yeah.
Ferg fumbles. And then you throw 2 picks. Like, I know, because I agree with you. It felt like it was harder for the Cowboys offense. You did it as well as they did.
Yeah,
Ferg put it on the ground, and the ball to Pickens got tipped and was picked.
Sure.
Like that's the difference. And that's the tough part. But to me, watching the Cowboys defense over and over, like it's gross.
And I think in the back of Shotty's mind, maybe I'm not talking for the man or thinking for the man, but I do maybe think he believed what he saw from that defense the last couple of weeks. That hey, because you talked about it a lot.
Sure.
I don't need you to be great.
That's fair.
I just need you to make a stop, right? And I think one stop.
Yeah.
I think in the back of his mind, he may be like, you know what, man, this defense has turned itself around. They aren't the same defense that they were from weeks 1 to 9. They've played much better football. And because I said to you, kick the field goal, and then 50 seconds left, my defense should have been able to make a stop. Because they've done that in the last couple of weeks against two formidable opponents, against the Philadelphia Eagles, against the Kansas City Chiefs. So it wasn't bums. Yeah. And so I think in the back of his mind, he was like, you know what? This defense played really well over the last 3-4 weeks. They're going to go get me a stop. So I'm going to go ahead and play this thing out, get the points now. They'll get me a stop at some point in time in the second half. They'll get me a stop, and then we'll get back on top. The defense just never got a stop.
And I think Dak should have walked over to the sideline and stone cold stunned him and said, there's a minute left in the half.
That would have made the news.
You say there's a minute left in the half. You want it to belong to me or them?
No, I think, like, we got to go back and watch it, but I think he didn't stun him.
He should have stone cold stunned him.
But I think that's the play where you saw Dak yelling to the sideline, like, let me go for it. Like, I think he wanted to go for it.
You want to put it on us or you want to put it on them? I'm putting it on us. And Shotty didn't. And I hated it.
I don't mind us being critical of Shotty. I don't want the Shotty slander that I'm seeing in the chat right now. Shotty wasn't horrible. I do think Shotty has a lot of growing to do as like a head coach that's going to be calling plays. Like there's a lot of decision-making stuff that he has to get better at. I don't think he was horrible like Flus was. You know what I'm saying? I ain't talking to y'all. Everything y'all said is fair. But I'm just reading what the people said in the comments or whatever. I think Shotty going to be all right, man. I think he's taking steps to figuring out the head coach side. The offensive stuff, fine, cool. He wasn't perfect there. But I think he did enough to uphold his side of the bargain. Flus is horrible. I don't think Flus got nothing else to learn, bro. Flus ain't got no other growth on the job. And this is the interesting part here.
Better be interesting.
Because y'all, like, do y'all hate when people say that or something?
No. We just like to point it out.
We just like to point it out. Like,
I wonder how much Jerry is going to really lean into this. I made mistakes hiring 4 DCs like in 4 years type thing.
A lot.
I wonder, is he going to go, and I hope this is interesting enough. I wonder, is he going to go, you know what, Flus is bad? Or I wonder, is he going to do what like Mike McCarthy did that last one when he should have got fired but didn't, and give him like one more go at it?
I think he's going to get one more.
I'm going to try to woo-saw myself over here and not say the things I think about what you just said.
I think Flus coming back.
I do too.
I think there's a decent chance of that. And I think the reason is I haven't done a Jerry rant in a while, and I don't want to because it's exhausting. But to your point, like saying I've made mistakes, like a lot of this is on me and I've made mistakes. You hear that at first and you're like, thank God Jerry realized he did something stupid.
Yeah.
And then the next day when he's asked, like, could you elaborate on what that is? He then says stuff that makes absolutely no sense and are just whatever words could actually defend his decision-making when he's attempting to pretend that he's taking accountability. Yeah. So, changing all these DCs, because that was out of your hands. One of them left to be a head coach. One of them left when you fired another head coach who wanted the job and wasn't going to come back anymore. Right. And so in that case, he's saying, my fault. We changed DCs. Yeah. And then anyone who thinks about it is like, well, yeah, but you didn't choose to. Those guys left you. So really, you did nothing wrong. When, like, the answer boils down to a topic that everyone is exhausted of and nobody wants to hear about, but Jerry loves to talk about it, so I'm not going to go there too much. Yeah. Like, your defense sucks. Yeah. Because you traded your best player right before kickoff.
Mary Parsons sucks.
And then
damn, Mary Parker.
And then you told your entire fan base to their face, and they bought it. We're going to be better today. It's like, well, that's crazy. They gave you 2 first-round picks, and you're going to be better today? And he sold that to people, and they bought it.
The pass rush is going to be
hook, line, and sinker.
And they bought it.
They did.
Man, that's wild. You got them to give you picks?
They did.
And you got the better player. That's crazy. And then
Kenny Clark's going to solve all this.
All of it. And a lot of people bought it.
Yeah.
A lot of people bought it to the point where I get tagged every week about how Micah's not good this year, as he just became the first player to ever have 12 sacks in the first 5 seasons of his career. Ever. But he sucks because Jerry told people he sucks. Yeah. And then you had to go trade for another D tackle to do the job you told us that guy was going to do.
Yeah.
Like the Jerry accountability, fake accountability stuff is wild.
It's the worst.
Even the stuff when he claims, okay, that's me. It's like, in what way? And then he makes up stuff that wouldn't be on him.
Right.
Ooh, I don't like that guy.
Jeff can't stand a narc, boy.
Oh, I don't like that guy.
Jeff can't stand a narc, boy.
Do you know
When this part of Jeff,
when the eyes start going,
that eye
forehead
thing,
start
and
going?
then that's the forehead, the vein in the forehead start going,
And they watery, but he ain't crying.
I get the hell out the way.
Because there's stuff I really believe in broadcasting.
Yeah,
I believe the show I want to do is fun.
yeah.
It is not fun to me to have real sports anger. Jerry Jones is so bad for your team when it comes to trying to win. He's so bad for your team. But he is so good for breaking the record for most watched regular season game of all time against Kansas City on
57
Thanksgiving.
million. 57 million.
And I'm glad that the Parsons trade blew up so bad on him. Because if it didn't blow up that bad, and if it wasn't a direct reflection on him, they wouldn't have traded for Quinnen Williams.
Mm-hmm.
They did it because Jerry looked stupid.
Correct.
Not because it wasn't working, but because Jerry looked dumb. Then he was desperate enough to do the stuff that teams who really want to win
But he should have did that.
do on the regular.
He should have did that early.
You know what would have been really great for this team?
Quinn and Mike.
Boy, if you would have added Quinnen Williams at the trade deadline and not traded your best player.
Yep.
Quinn and Mike would have been fired.
Holy, can I get one S on this show? No, we
Go
can't.
ahead,
We're on
go ahead.
TV, right? No,
We
we're
do
on
one
TV,
S,
right?
though, right?
No, John, I'm
One
not going to
S?
do it.
No.
Shucks.
Could you imagine
Shift that'd be
if your
great.
team kept Micah, you had a better record at the trade deadline, and you gave up a 1 and a 2 for Quinnen Williams? You are a Super Bowl team
You
for
wouldn't
the
even
next
need
3 years.
You wouldn't even need Kenny Clark at that point.
No, that's what I'm saying. You don't make that trade at all
Yeah.
because they wanted Quinnen. You don't make that trade at all. You don't let your money get mad. You don't trade your best player. You get to the trade deadline, you make the same trade for that game-changing guy in the middle, and now we are not talking about any of your DBs because you are destroying quarterbacks. But it's just, Jerry. It's just, see, Mike asked for a trade. He got it. Mike asked, like, nobody's ever watched sports before.
They don't.
Miles Garrett asked for a trade too. Like it's we've watched sports before. That's how it goes when you're trying to get a new
Hey,
contract.
guess what? Newsflash. Number 3 is going to do the same thing when he gets to the offseason. George Pickens is going to do the same
Yeah, if he
thing.
doesn't get a long-term contract, he's going to request a trade, and it doesn't mean he wants to be traded. It means I'm trying to get my money.
Yeah,
How are we
I
gonna-
got one small disagreement, though, Jeff.
Oh. Fight him.
You ready, Jeff?
I'm ready.
I think Flus still be terrible even if Michael
fair.
was here.
You know what? That's fair.
Even if Michael
That's
was
fair.
here, I think
That's
Flus
fair.
would be just as bad. Flus would be dropping Michael in coverage or something.
Fair.
He'd be making Michael play 3-10. He'd be doing something crazy. Like
Fair. And just the most recent, all of those chats, Jerry Jones is so good at what he does. Because that is 15 straight people that Jerry Jones lied to your face and you ate up every single word. And boy, his brand is better off for it. Coming up next, a little bit more DLLS Cowboys postgame show. All right, let's get you signed up to be a diehard now. See, and I don't like doing it because then so many people get mad about it, and I don't like having people mad at me when I need to, for my own personal growth, be like, oh, wait, I'm just telling you what I think and feel. If that bothers you, that's okay.
Because you ain't
That's
lying.
fine.
You ain't
Yeah, I
lying.
didn't
Like,
make
this is
anything
really
up.
how you feel.
I didn't make anything up.
Like, you know, you're not manufacturing a take for shock value.
No.
You really feel this way.
No, Jerry Jones is horrendous at building a football team. His ego drives his decisions. His ego drives everything that he does, and he doesn't try his hardest to win. The only time he tries really hard to win is if he's defending his own ego with the moves he's making. Defending his own decision-making is the only way he'll make good decisions, by defending his bad decisions. It's the only way he's going to actually do it. Decided to be a diehard, though. Sure would appreciate it. There's a QR code on the screen. When you do that, you can actually get a free t-shirt the moment that you sign up. And the Stay Shiesty shirt is still in there. Now, the 88 Club shirt is in there, too. We might be talking about the wrong shirt. You might. That's a nice shirt. The Stay Shiesty shirt is
Ain't
nice.
nobody buying the shicey shirts this
We
week
might-
because GP trash.
might be a good week to go ahead and get after that 88 Club. The 88 Club shirt will be nice to you. But when you sign
I'm
up,
glad them damn shicey shirts wasn't ready, boy, because I don't want that mug right up in here and GP look terrible today, boy.
37, yeah, I think 37 nice yards. But yeah, we want everybody to sign up to be a diehard, to get access to all of the content for all your favorite DFW sports teams, beat writers for every team, premium content. You get a free t-shirt when you sign up. That's nice. You get discounts on other merch and events that we have at DLLS. You get it. Draft season is probably upon us now. You get access to the draft guide and all the scouting reports and all that stuff if you're signed up to be a diehard, so that's a good thing. And while we're on the subject, go ahead and sign up for the newsletter as well. Help Ali out, alldlls.com/newsletter. You sign up for that, and you'll get in your inbox every morning everything you need to know about your DFW sports team, so get on it or else not a threat. It is the DLS Cowboys postgame, and I'll tell you one thing. Our producer, John, is the best producer on planet Earth. I hate him right now. Because I can see what he does in the chat. He typed in the word Micah. He's looking for Micah reactions that he can put on the screen to bait me and to keep talking about a guy that nobody wants to hear about because Jerry Jones is terrible.
I'm not trying to bait you. I'm just trying to produce a show.
No, you're trying to bait. You're trying to bait me. Jeff? Trying to bait
I
me.
walk in this building every day, and I'm out to get Jeff.
That's right.
That's my goal.
That's right. I'm being targeted. He wants people to turn the people against me by getting to keep talking about Micah.
It ain't work, Jeff. We love you. Hey, man, listen, man. I saw somebody in the chat there. I don't have their name. It's okay. But they said, this team been phony. They do everything that they always do. I think a Mike McCarthy-led team probably wouldn't have put as many points up on them. I think they would have lost like in a worse fashion. I don't think the game would have been all that close if this was old Cowboys. I do think that this offense shows some resiliency or whatever. But if this is one of them old Bills whoopings, San Fran whoopings, I don't think the Cowboys put as many points up.
And I to your point, like I very much disagreed with a Mike McCarthy decision before half to kick a field goal. Mm-hmm. I'm with you on Shoddy, the head coach, so far. Like the Shoddy experience as a head coach, I'm not disappointed in him.
Sure.
And I think the offense that they're running now looks way better than other offenses that were still really good. Like they had good players, they put up good numbers. I think this offense looks better. Yeah. Because it's a lot less of what?
Oh, run the field and turn around. Yeah, for sure.
A lot less. I like what Shoddy's doing. I do. I thought that in this game on the road down to Detroit with 1 minute left, giving them the ball back right now for 3 points when you need 3 yards, I thought that was a bad idea. I thought it was a bad decision.
I get to go against you guys on this one.
Please.
I mean,
you like Mike McCarthy?
I was a fan.
No, he's saying he hates Shoddy.
No.
That's what he's saying right now.
When they initially signed Mike McCarthy, I wanted him. I thought he was going to come in here and be an innovative coach. I do think that with Clayton Adams has brought a little bit more ingenuity, creativity. But Mike McCarthy still had an offense that led the league.
Yeah.
Mike McCarthy, under Mike McCarthy, Dak Prescott still was an MVP.
Should have won it.
Runner-up. Probably should have won it under Mike McCarthy's offense. And Mike McCarthy ain't half two dogs like he got right now. Mike McCarthy had to do a lot with Tolbert and CeeDee.
And a lot of people say CeeDee ain't even that good.
And some people say CeeDee ain't that damn good. So, I mean, like what I'm saying is, like, when you put these offenses side by side, because all we've really done, if we're being completely honest, when you talk about the passing game, all we've really done is go from being hitches and curls to slants and goes. And you got a much better player running them now. Instead of having Brandon Cooks and CeeDee and Jalen Tolbert, you got the menace out there. And so he takes that slant, he takes that curl route, comes out the backside and jumps over folks 400 yards. The offense isn't that much more crazy. Dak's still playing at a high level. Ferg is still doing what Ferg does. CeeDee's still doing what CeeDee does. And then you just added a fantastic player in George Pickens that has taken this offense to another level because you just can't ISO one dude. You can't just double team one dude. So, I mean,
Mike McCarthy don't call good plays until week 8 and somebody got to go to his office.
CeeDee got to yell at somebody.
And say, hey, this offense trash. And then the offense does look good. And then the very next year, Mike say, hey, well, I'm going to call the plays anyway. And then the offense go right back to being garbage. I feel what you're saying, just. But look, I 100% agree with you.
And that's fine. That is fine.
Tony Pollard would have been fantastic in this damn offense. He'd have been fantastic.
Yeah, you know why? He's been running in light boxes. He would have been running in so much more light boxes. And that matters. That matters, getting a chance to run in light boxes. And then the running style and scheme that Clayton Adams has brought has definitely helped this run game significantly.
Mike McCarthy should have hired Clayton Adams then.
But he
It's
should
a good point.
Everybody
That's good
should
damn
have.
point. Good damn point.
Clayton's,
But
Clayton's
I
our
would-
new running game Moses.
and we'll probably never do this, but one day I would love to sit down and we could just kind of go through just different type of offenses and plays that Shoddy has run, that Mike McCarthy ran the deep overs. He ran the deep overs that you see that them run now.
He definitely ran them, but then he stopped calling them so he can run hitches and
Yeah,
crashes and
I hear you.
dragons.
I hear you.
I do need we need to pull up the route percentages for each player from year to year and just see the differences, like how much of it is stop. And to your point, most offenses are based in something, right? It's either stop, and flats or slants and flats or whatever. But that would be interesting to see.
I don't even mind stop route. We can't run them 81% of the time, and you kind of got to earn them. And
You could if George Pickens was running them.
And I just want to see some motion to kind of like help
I'll
us.
give you that.
Help us.
I'll
Not
give
be
you
stuck
that.
in static.
I will give you that. I will concede and give you that point.
I appreciate
Mike McCarthy would not motion to save his life. That point that you just made, I will stay. You got that one.
You did it.
Point for
You
you.
100% agree. But
Point
the
for
first
you.
point you agree
Hey,
on.
point for you right there.
I agree with the
Everything
provable
else was
one.
garbage.
No, it wasn't garbage. I'm just saying that,
I got you.
it's not that much different.
Yeah.
The motion part, you got a big point for that one.
I actually don't think Mike McCarthy's playbook was bad. His play calling was bad.
And that's fair.
I'm sorry. Go ahead, Jay.
Let's get through these supers. Anthony's in the super chase. Eberflus must be fired immediately. Kenneth Murray, obviously, anyone with a brain knows he can't play. And maybe we catch the ball. Here's the truth. The only one who showed up was Dak. CeeDee Lamb showed up. Till he couldn't show up no more. CeeDee Lamb showed up. But yeah, I saw some people in the chat like, Dak wasn't good. I don't care about that. Like, technically, people are going to look at it and say he threw 2 picks. And I would say, yes, he threw a man-coverage slant to George Pickens, and he hit it right where it was supposed to be. Mm-hmm. And unfortunately, a dude made a play. George didn't extend for the ball. And then he threw a second pick that hit Ryan Flournoy in 2 hands. Right. So, yeah, he threw 2 picks.
I'll tell you what happened.
Yeah.
Give it to me, John. Didn't have a damn suit on.
I
I keep telling y'all, it's too casual. It's
no.
too casual.
Didn't have a suit
He
on.
got jeans. He got sneakers on.
His pants tucked in the shoes.
Too casual.
Yeah, it's
Too
tough.
casual.
That's tough.
Got a suit bag.
Yeah.
No suit on. Maybe he thought a little bit too cold, but I told y'all. And this right here, this ain't YN, but it also ain't grown man.
It's like youngster.
In between.
It's in between.
Yeah. It's adolescent.
And that's what the game was today. It was in between.
Yeah. That's
You
tough.
ain't missed yet.
It was, he played really well, had some mistakes.
If he'd have had a suit on, he wouldn't have missed some of them.
I'm just saying.
Keep going with the super chats.
Attitude reflects
Let's see
leadership,
here.
Captain.
Trovon is in the super chat. He said, put your feelings in your pocket. Nobody's going to continue to tell me that Diggs would not have helped this secondary tonight. Revel's going to be good, but Bland has been in a blender all year. Yeah, the best version of Trayvon Diggs could help you, and I bet you he plays next week. Like, I don't know that this was like the Cowboys being like, but we hate you. It was
You
just
and I
like,
had
you'll
this-
be right next week.
You and I had this argument this week during the show. What is the best version of Trayvon
I don't
Diggs?
know if it exists. Well, I'm saying
Does it exist?
I'm saying the best Trayvon Diggs that we have ever seen.
2
And I'm with
years
you.
ago.
I don't know that person exists. I don't know that
Yeah.
that player exists anymore. I think you might have a guy who wasn't a fast corner that's now on 2 bad knees and will never be a good NFL corner again. I think that's possible. But I bet we're going to find out next week.
I bet Trey going to be in Jacksonville and you're going to get like a 6th-round comp pick or something.
Yeah. He'll go. I don't know if he'll go. I don't know if he'll want to hang. I don't know if Jay Lou want to hang out with him. Probably be in Washington. Super chats here. J Riv Tech. My bad, Vach. Loss had my loss in coverage like Bland on 3rd down. Sent the super chat to the wrong person. Now Flournoy will be the reason either Tolbert or Mingo is not here next year.
Hey, man, don't worry about it, man. Send them money who you
Yeah,
want.
anybody can go wherever they want. Talk Cowboys is in the super chat. Defense, special teams, and our offensive tackles. 5 sacks tonight. 2 picks off the hands of our wide receivers. Scared coach and lots of reasons for the loss in a big game. It's a shame. Hype got way too big. Yeah, you played a good football team and you lost a close game where you did have some mistakes and you had a defense that's not good enough, and we're going to have to find some better defensive players. Solid Duck is in the chat.
What up, Duck?
I fought the draft and the draft won. That's right. It's coming. Don's in the super chat. Jerry says he wants to have coaching continuity, but this DC hire is just the wrong hire, point blank, period. With better talent next season, they're just going to get outclassed versus premium offenses. Yeah, but Jerry knows him. That's why he hired him. Jerry cares about relationships, not your football team winning. Dino Is it just me, or does Pickens run lazy routes? That's going to be a story now, baby. I do want to know, what is the called route, of the one where he was just jogging down the sideline and eventually turning around?
Who knows?
Josh is in the super chat. Hey, what's up, gang? I was in marching band during high school and never really played football. Got a pretty technical question for you. Is you giving up 44 bad? Terrible showing. It's not good. Hutch is in the chat. Our offense can't travel. Yes, but why am I still seeing K9 Bridges, Sam Williams, also Vacha Friends? Can someone explain why do we still play 7 yards off the receiver? Plus, please give me a safety. We're going to get you a safety. And the answer's Flus.
30 points on the road ain't horrible.
The truth, the Cowboys pressured Goff 4 times on the first 6 dropbacks, blitzed him 3 times. Pressured him 4 times on his next 29, blitzed just 5 times. Yeah, Flus can't just take what works and do it. He's allergic. Uptown's in the super chat, so Flournoy is officially our number 3 receiver right now. You darn tootin', no more Turpin. Nathan's in the super chat. 4th down with 4 to go, down 10, and we kicked a field goal. The numbers probably say go for it, and we all knew the defense would give up at least 3. Coach not to lose. Let Pro Dak win the game. Yeah, I agree. Put it on the offense. And Andrew is in the super chat. The Cowboys pressured Goff 4 times on his first pitch. He got that one in there twice.
Appreciate you, Andrew.
We appreciate everybody that stopped by in this one. We're sorry the Cowboys let you down, but be back tomorrow. We're going to keep talking Cowboys with you. And
I'm not going live when I go home.
You're not?
I'm going to bed.
Okay, algorithm's bad. You got no idea what anybody's going through. Be cool to everybody. We love you. Be easy.
Limit the contingency.
We all silly like the mayor.